Lately, I'm meeting more and more people that are telling me that even on their day off, they feel very tired. They try to relax on the couch, but they still have their mind racing. Some of them are telling me that maybe they have reached their stage of life where even if they take more coffee or vitamins, and even if they try to push harder, they are still feeling tired. People think that they are not doing too much. They think that they are doing too little, and they think that they should do more to get healthier, to get better. What if they are not doing too little? Maybe it's because they have been living in that constant state of overstimulation for too long, and maybe it's taking a toll on them. Hi, I'm Jean-François, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. I'm coming from a family of 5 siblings, 5 boys. I'm the youngest one, and I'm 51, and all my brothers are older than me. The eldest one actually passed away when he was 38 and I was 25 at the time. And then there's a set of twins, and they are 63 now. And I have a brother that is 9 years older than me, who's going to turn 60 soon. So my brothers are older than me. They are all in their 60s. Most of my friends are in their 50s. Some of them have already reached the age of 60. Some of our friends are in their 70s. And we are lucky to have actually some older people in our life in their 80s or even 90s. I'm talking about my mothers, I'm talking about my partner's mothers, and other people that we know. Lots of them are questioning themselves now, saying, I was used to have so much vitality, I was used to do so much, and now I cannot do much. They are trying to increase the coffee taking, increase vitamin, Yeah, they think that if they take something special, that they would feel young. And so today I'm thinking, what if it's just the overstimulation? And what if it's actually the fact that you are doing too much? That's why maybe you are tired. And maybe it's just the overstimulation of things. And if we readjust, then it would be easier. As I told you, I'm in my 50s. Most of my friends are in their 60s or 70s. And we grew up in a world where there were no phone and no notification. We did not even know what the word notification meant when we were 20 or 30 years younger than we are now. So yes, we are constantly stimulated by phone notification, constant informations. Informations are coming from everywhere. We are most of the time multitasking, and we live in a culture where productivity is praised. As a nurse, I spent years observing that chronic stress do not just affect the body, it also affects the emotion, and they become physical, sleeping problem, digesting problem, inflammations, mood. Even like when we talk about physical, like back pain, I'm very familiar with back pain. And I know that if I get tired, if I get too stimulated, my lower back is gonna talk to me, and I know it's time for me to maybe slow down. So briefly, I want to bring here the point of view of Ayurveda about aging, and there's a natural evolutions. And it's quite easy to understand. The first few years of life, from the moment you were born until like 15, 20, is the kapha time. Remember, kapha is the energy of earth. So you need some grounding and water, lots of energy, flexibility. And then when you pass that age, 20, so from 20 to 50, you really enter the stage of life where you are building your social life, basically, and your career, and you are building the nest, if you think about it, if you have a family, for example. And at that time, it's fire and water. So you still need that watery energy of stimulation and being fluid and flexible. And then you have the fire to make you take some decisions, in your life. And then obviously when you pass that time around 45, 50, 55, and later on, you are entering the stage of life that is more a Vata stage of life, where the accumulation of air and ether or space is entering your life. And what happened at that time, the quality of Vata are dry, light, mobile, irregular. So if you think about that and you transfer that into some symptoms that could happen at the time, lighter sleep because you feel lighter, and anxiety are seen as energy that's mobile and it's like going around, and you feel maybe more anxious. Forgetfulness when you are getting older, feeling scattered, and obviously physically some joint discomfort. If you think about that, there's dryness happening in the body and all the cartilage in your wrist, in your knees, in your hips, everywhere you have some joints is going to start to dry, and maybe you can get some pain in these places. And it doesn't mean that something is wrong. It just means that some things need to change. And this is where I want to really focus on. When you are younger, you can override this signal. In your 20s, when you had a project, you were kind of like, okay, I can work until like midnight, 1 a.m. and still wake up at 6 or 7 and then go to work, do my presentations, do what I need to do, da 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 da. If you try to do that in your 50 and your 60, maybe that's going to be a little bit more complicated. It's actually going to be very complicated. You can try to do it, but it's going to be taxing. So one of the great lessons of aging is learning how to rest, and that you don't need a reward. You don't need to be kind of like, okay, I'm going to work for like an entire week, full 70, 80 hours. And then I will take 1 or 2 days, where I will be a little bit more cool. And I can see in the people who are in their 50, 60 and older, that downtime now is not a reward anymore. It's something that should be part of the regular. It's a maintenance of being human. What I want to bring in here is maybe discuss pauses between activities, not going from one activities to another, to another, to another. We need maybe some time in between. Maybe we need some silence because there's so many notifications that's coming in our life. Maybe we need to be closer to nature because nature is really healing. Proper sleep, showers, meal, all these things that seems very mundane but are essential for a better life. And obviously there's also some more spiritual things like meditation, yoga nidra. All these things can be very useful when you are getting a little bit older and you want to integrate some new thing in your life. I know some people in their 60 who start yoga thinking that why should I start yoga now? Because, this is something for young women who are very flexible. And the answer is no. You can be in your 60, you can be in your 70, and you can start yoga. You don't need to push constantly. You maybe need to switch some of your mindset and maybe create new space for some newness. So here's the thing. This summer, I want to explore with you any ways that could support your vitality when you are in your 50s, 60s, 70, and older than that. The series for the summer being very hands-on, meaning that you will have some videos coming your way about like support for vitality, resilience, and well-being through Ayurveda. There will be some movements, so yoga nidra maybe for relaxation, some meditations, because I think that's something that should be explored. And obviously, I want to open your world to the world of Vedic Astrology. So I will use my charts to explain you some stuff. And I will use charts to explain how it works and how we can see, what you can work on as you age. I'm really looking forward to share my summer with you. So there will be some video that will come every Monday morning. If you are not on my email list, please send me your email and I will add you to my email list at jf@handsoncaregiving.com. Also, I'm decided that you will follow me like real time. I'm going to make some more videos or more stories on Instagram and Facebook where you will see what I do every day. This is what I'm doing because I cannot really talking about it without doing it myself. All right, so I hope that video is helpful. Please leave me some comments. I love you. I see you. Bye.